Assalamu alaikum. We are now starting Surah Araaf. As I mentioned to you before, it's a very heavy type of topic, dealing with the shaitan straight away. Very appropriate for the times we're living in, isn't it? So many people are getting sick and having issues. So this should help, inshallah, if we read it with the right frame of mind, that it's to be expected. He's having his last hurrah, let us say, for now, with the Muslims, because we are on the edge of a big victory, inshallah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. We're on page 151. ألف لام ميم صاد كتاب أنزل إليك فلا يكن في صدرك حرج منه لتنذر به وذكرى للمؤمنين اتبعوا ما أنزل إليكم من ربكم ولا تتبعوا من دونه أولياء قليلا ما تذكرون وكم من قرية أهلكناها فجاءها بأسنا بياتا أو هم قائلون فما كان دعواهم إذ جاءهم بأسنا إلا أن قالوا إنا كنا ظالمين فلنسألن الذين أرسل إليهم ولنسألن المرسلين. Well, that's the first half. Has one of my favorite verses in it too. And we will stop at it, inshallah. It begins, Alif Lam Mim Sad. This is a book revealed to you, so let there not be in your breast distress therefrom, that you may warn thereby, and as a reminder to the believers. So we have Bashiran wa Nadiran wa Bashiran. You warn and you remind, both at the same time. Follow what has been revealed to you from your Lord, and do not follow other than him any allies. Little do you remember. And how many cities have we destroyed, and our punishment came to them at night, or while they were sleeping at noon. And their declaration when our punishment came to them was only that they said, indeed, we were wrongdoers. Then we will surely question those to whom the message was sent, and we will surely question the messengers. You know, the punishment can come during the day, you're just walking around, or at night when you're asleep. And we will surely question. Now we can finish down to verse 11. فلنقصن عليهم بعلم وما كنا غائبين والوزن يومئذ الحق فمن ثقل موازينه فأولئك هم المفلحون ومن خفت موازينه فأولئك الذين خسروا أنفسهم بما كانوا بآياتنا يظلمون ولقد مكناكم في الأرض وجعلنا لكم فيها معايش قليلا ما تشكرون ولقد خلقناكم ثم صورناكم ثم قلنا للملائكة يسجدوا لآدم اسجدوا لآدم فسجدوا إلا إبليس لم يكن من الساجدين. You see, this keeps reoccurring in the Quran. that Iblis would not yisjudu li Adam, because he hates humanity. You can see it, right? How humanity is being attacked right now. He hates humanity. So, we translate the rest of this. Then we will surely relate to them with knowledge, and we were not absent. And the weighing that day will be the truth. So those whose scales are heavy, it is they who will be the successful, heavy with good deeds. And those whose scales are light, they are the ones who will lose themselves for what injustice they were doing toward our verses. And we have certainly established you upon the earth, and made for you therein ways of livelihood. Little are you grateful. And we have certainly created you and given you your form. Then we said to the angels, prostrate to Adam. So they prostrated, except for Iblis. He was not of those who prostrated. He was not. And he still is not. He's still going around defiantly all this time. Next page. We're going to do 2 pages today of Surah Araaf. قال ما منعك ألا تسجد إذ أمرتك قال أنا خير منه خلقتني من نار وخلقته من طين قال فاهبط منها فما يكون لك أن تتكبر فيها فاخرج إنك من الصاغرين قال أنذرني إلى يوم يبعثون قال إنك من المنذرين قال فبما أغويتني لأقعدن لهم صراطك المستقيم ثم لآتينهم من بين أيديهم ومن خلفهم وعن أيمانهم وعن شمائلهم ولا تجدوا أكثرهم شاكرين قال اخرج منها مذموما مدحورا لمن اتبعك منهم لأملأن جهنم منكم أجمعين. Oh, that is a very, if you need more than that, I don't know what I can tell you. That is, it's really explicit about the evil of Satan. So explicit. Translation, verse 12. So now Allah said, what prevented you from prostrating when I commanded you? And then Satan said, I'm better than him. You created me from fire and created him from clay. Allah said, you know, this Allah is added in to help you, because, you know, it's a little bit difficult if it keeps saying he said, people get confused. So they added this in, which is fine. Allah said, descend from it, meaning the paradise, for it is not for you to be arrogant therein. So get out. Indeed, you are of the debased. Satan said, reprieve me until the day they are resurrected. Allah said, indeed, you are of those reprieved. Satan said, I'm adding this, you know, the Allah, Satan, it's added in case you're following along. Because you have put me in error. Notice, you have put me in error. Satan's telling Allah, because you have put me in error, I will surely sit in wait for them on your straight path. You see where he waits? For the good people. He doesn't have to go in the bar. They're already lost, you know. He doesn't chase after the evildoers. He chases after the people who are trying to be good on the straight path. Then, this is the verse. Then I will come to them from before them, meaning in front of them, from behind them, and on their right and on their left, and you will not find most of them grateful to you. Allah said, depart from it, reproached and expelled. Whoever follows you among them, I will surely fill hell with you all together. Is that clear enough for you that you follow Satan, you're going to go to hell? What more do you want? This Quran is so simple and perfect, and then he gives you warnings about what he's going to do in detail of how he's going to mislead you and keep telling you time and again, stop, don't follow. And then the last half of this page. وَيَا آدَمُ اسْكُنْ أَنْتَ وَزَوْجُكَ الْجَنَّةَ فَكُلَا مِنْ حَيْثُ شِئْتُمَا وَلَا تَقْرَبَا هَذِهِ الشَّجَرَةَ فَتَكُونَا مِنَ الظَّالِمِينَ فوسوس لهما الشيطان ليبدي لهما ما واري عنهما من سوآتهما وقال ما نهاكما ربكما عن هذه الشجرة إلا أن تكونا ملكين أو تكونا من الخالدين وقسمهما إني لكما لمن الناصحين فدلاهما بغرور فلما ذاقا الشجرة بدأ لهما سوآتهما وطفقا يخصفان عليهما من ورق الجنة وناداهما ربها ألم أنهاكما عن تلكما الشجرة وأقول لكما إن الشيطان لكما عدو مبين. This is a very important portion, because in this portion we have the issue. When I read it to you, I'll tell you about the issue, and you will see what a huge issue it is. Starting on 19. O Adam, dwell you and your wife in paradise, and eat from wherever you will, but do not approach this tree, lest you be among the wrongdoers. But Satan whispered to them to make apparent to them that which was concealed from them of their private parts. He said, your Lord did not forbid you this tree, except that you become angels or become of the immortal. And he swore to them, indeed, I am to you from among the sincere advisors. Satan is saying this. You know, he's somehow pretending all the time that he's helping you and doing good for you. Sincere advisors. So he made them fall through deception. And when they tasted of the tree, their private parts became apparent to them, and they began to fasten together over themselves from the leaves of paradise. And their Lord called to them, did I not forbid you from that tree, and tell you that Satan is to you a clear enemy? Now, be careful here, because I've gone over this with Shuyukh. I've gone over this for many years. You know, what tree? What are you talking about? Tree? Do you know that the word shajar, the root shajar, it can be a tree, or it can be also an argument. So 20 years ago, when I had been researching this particular aspect of this tree. I got the Tafsir ibn Kathir Muhaqqaq, in which there is no fruit, there's no apple, like they tried to tell us that Eve, this is Christianity now, they lie, and they came up with this lie. Maybe they didn't lie on purpose, but this was their story, that Eve tempted Adam, and let's go take a bite from this apple. That's the logo of iPhones, right? Take a bite from this apple. What's the big apple? New York City. And their literally, let's say, state logo is an apple with a bite taken out of it. Do you think I'm going off on a tangent? Oh, no, I'm not. No, it is quite appropriate to say, is it a poison apple? You know, Snow White, the whole thing with the poison apple and Eve being wicked and leading Adam into deception, and the tree. So when you read the Tafsir Muhaqqaq of Ibn Kathir and its pages, you will find there's no such thing. There's no such fruit. Nothing has been mentioned in Hadith whatsoever. It wasn't a fig, it wasn't a plum, it wasn't an apple. So, seeing as I proved the negative aspect of it, and then covering their private parts with leaves from the tree, wait. You know, you'll often hear an argument from atheists and saying, what do you mean covering their private parts? Everybody knows what a naked person looks like. This is ridiculous. You're saying they're covering with leaves from a tree, and, well, you looked at those drawings. You were made aware of all of those drawings from the Middle Ages where Adam and Eve were shy and they're covering up their genitalia with leaves. And then the apple and the fruit that never existed. So, when I learned that shaja meant to argue, didn't it make more sense to me that Allah would say to a man and a woman, don't argue? Don't fall into that trap of Satan? That you're going to start showing sawatuhuma from the sayyah, from the evil that you have? It's not your genitalia. That evil is your bad nature. And you're speaking cruelly to your spouse. Saying bad things. Now, I'm just going to tell you a little tidbit before we leave, and you know, I always give you my asides. My right hand to Allah, this is the truth. Years ago, this was 20 years ago, at least, I was at a conference about hijab and niqab. It was a small conference, and it was in Egypt. There were like, I don't know, 6, 7 women. I was wearing niqab, my Quran teacher was there, a few people. And a sheikh from Azhar was there. And it was called Hiwar Mal Kubar. And Hiwar Mal Kubar, my good friend Heba was hosting it. And I listened. I wasn't supposed to speak because it was all in Arabic. And when it was over, I couldn't resist going up to the sheikh. I always love shiuch, and I have to talk to them. I just am attracted to their knowledge. And I know he had the red Azhar hat, and I'm not too keen with that because that looks papish to me. But anyway, let's not get off on the color red. That's a whole nother issue. There's so many issues. There's so many issues that have to be dealt with afresh and anew. And I told that sheikh from Azhar, and I said, Sheikh, you know what, that I discovered that shajara is the root letters of the word tree, and I think it has to do with, you know, the tree, all the leaves are overlapping and they're all stuck in together with each other, and any tree, you look at a tree, it's kind of all, I said, I think that might be when people argue. You know, he said, she said, and they can't really determine who's at fault, and oh, remember that day your mom said this, or your dad said this, and how can you forget when you said to me this and this and this? Iqsim billah, I'm giving you my right hand to Allah. That sheikh, Azhar with the red hat, said to me, Ya binti, the nas is going to come from America. That's not the first time I've heard that from a sheikh, another sheikh. because we're not. I have to be careful what I say. I love Egypt. I will go back to Egypt. But we're not. How could they ever withhold our tongues when they don't even know it to begin with? Americans have no clue, and neither do those who lead America, and neither do the other people. Allah lets words come out of people's mouths. He's the only one that can do that. He's the only one that can open. He's called the Fatah. He's called the Mani', the one who prevents something. Al-Mu'ati, the one who gives something. So I just wanted to give you that, because I always say, I'm so old now, I could die, and whenever, it's got nothing to do with how old you are, but you know what I mean. I always say I want to say it right out now, and then there, I said it. It's up for discussion, but I still think that the shashrat means don't fight with your spouse, and I still think covering over sawatihima was covering over their bad instincts of their evil selves. You know, everyone's got a good side and a bad side. We call it in Arabic lamat al-malak, a touch of an angel, or lamat al-shaytan. And there's no in between. So think about that. Whatever you say and do you think it's coming from an angelic influence or a satanic influence? Absolutely. Arguing with your spouse is satanic. And we're living it more and more and more and more now, more than ever. That's it. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.